If you find it really hard to get up to study or work at night when you really need to, then this video is for you. There's sometimes when you just don't have enough physical time available in the day to finish your work or complete your study, and you really need to get up to study at night. And sometimes it might feel very difficult and even impossible to stay awake to study effectively during this period. I'm not a night person myself, so I can tell you how difficult it can be. But over the years, I've found out different ways that make me easily do this to stay up at night to study when I really need to. So and that is what I'm going to be sharing in this video. If you are new here, I'm currently a 6th-year medical student, and it's going to make my day if you can please subscribe to this channel, like this video, and share with someone that is going to find it helpful. Before we go deep into this video, I need to state this, that sleep is essential, and this has been backed by a lot of scientific evidence. You literally need sleep to be able to consolidate your memory. In effective studying, actually sitting down to study is just one part, but it doesn't end there. The process of learning, consolidating the memory continues when you sleep. So it is you doing yourself a big disservice if you chronically for a very long time don't get good night's sleep. It is not a big flex to say that you don't sleep well every time because you are up studying. And I will also advise that if you almost always don't have enough time to do your work during the day or can't get enough sleep during the day so you'll be able to study at night, I would propose that you look at how you spend your daytime and see what is actually wasting your time and cut down on this so you'll be able to get sleep and get your work done. So in the coming video, I'm going to talk more on how to do almost everything you want to do and do it effectively and still be able to get enough sleep. But in this video, let's just focus on how to make yourself stay up to study when you really need to. You know, those dangerous times when if you sleep you're in trouble. Yeah, these tips are going to help you stay awake during those times. Step number 1 is to plan it like it's a mission. So if you're going to be sacrificing your night's sleep, then it has to be worth it. Before it's time to study, already decide what you want to do once you wake up to study. What topic do you want to read, how much do you want to cover, and the sequence, like what do you want to do first and what do you want to do next. This is particularly important because it reduces something called decision fatigue. You don't want to waste so much time trying to decide when you wake up from sleep, because this is likely to get you to go back to sleep, like fatigue your brain, and then you just give up and go back to sleep. So make sure you decide and plan what you want to study. Step number 2 is to take a study pre-nap. Sometimes you get back from your day, you are so tired and you really need to sleep. When you really need to sleep, don't forcefully stay awake, because your studying is not going to be as effective when your brain is so fatigued and fried and it can't just get stuff into it. So in this time, 1 hour or 2 hours nap can be very effective. Yeah, I know the problem with this is that some people, they find it difficult once they take a nap, decide to take a 2 hours nap, but the next time they are waking up is the next morning. If you're a deep sleeper like that, alarms do help. Set your alarm, make it loud and annoying. You could also take your phone and whatever alarm you're using and keep it far away from you so that it keeps ringing until you get up to go get it. So the process of getting up to go get it actually wakes you up. Or you could find someone, tell your friend to wake you up. Just find a way to make yourself wake up during this time. Step 3 is to wake up fully fast. Once your alarm rings and you've woken up, try to get out of bed as quickly as possible, because the longer you stay in bed, the easier it is for you to fall back asleep. Your brain just wants to continue to sleep there. So if you stay in your bed for too long, you're most definitely going to sleep back. Don't deceive yourself into saying, oh, let me just read on my bed, except if you are not going to mind sleeping back. But if you really need to do your work and you really need to study, just get out of bed. And then I recommend you do activities that wake you up, like going to brush your teeth at that time, going to drink water, going to wash your face. When you drink water, you stay hydrated, your body feels like it's daytime. When the light is on, there's a hormone called melatonin. So when there's light, this hormone is inhibited and your brain thinks, oh, it is daytime, so let's stay awake. But if you keep your light off and you don't do all of those things to stay awake, then you are likely to feel groggy after waking up and your tendency of sleeping back increases. Besides these ones I've mentioned, you could also find the things that work for you to make you stay awake. Step number 4 is to change your environment. So if possible, get out of your bedroom, get out of the room you sleep, go to your sitting room, go to your kitchen, go elsewhere. If you live on campus, you can leave your room entirely and go to the reading room or go to a friend's room. But I know this is not going to be feasible for some Nigerian students where all you have is your room. You know, I remember when I used to stay on school campus, once my alarm rings, I just get out of my room and walk to the reading room, which is like several steps away from my room. The process of even walking to the reading room wakes me up. And then by the time I get there, my brain is no longer associated with my sleep environment, because our brain associates places for events. Like your bed has been associated for sleep. So that is why when you are studying on your bed, you are not studying in the most effective way possible. If you don't have any other alternative, you can't get out of your room, what I do personally is to just get my seat, my chair, and my table away from my bed and sit upright to study. Step number 5 is to study with someone. Just knowing someone else is awake with you or right there and the person is studying and not sleeping actually increases your tendency to also stay awake and study. I remember those days when I probably go to the reading room and see my friend there, and then I'm beginning to feel sleepy and I see my friend active and alert. It just makes me want to sit for longer to study more because I'm seeing someone. And also it has been shown by science that social accountability increases adherence. If you have a friend and both of you say, oh, let's stay up at least for 2 hours to do this thing, just that accountability actually increases the chance of 2 of you both doing the work. And you really don't have to do this in person. If you don't have a friend you can do that with in person, you can do that with someone that is willing over the phone. Maybe on WhatsApp you could just chat yourself and check up on each other regularly, that, oh, are you still awake? Okay, this is what I'm doing now. Actually, I'm thinking of creating a community, like a little community for selected few of my subscribers to increase accountability. Like when I'm studying, a lot of time I wake up to study between 1 to like 5 a.m. in the morning, or sometimes 2 to 5 a.m. depending on what I need to do and how tired or alert I am. I was thinking maybe we could have a group where we actually study together in like over the internet. Maybe it's going to help. This is still an idea phase. Subscribe to the channel so you'll be the first to know if it's something I eventually do. The next thing is to move your body. Moving your body actually keeps you alert. This has been proven and backed up by science. Don't just sit on the same spot. And even worse, don't remain lying in your bed, because that's the recipe to sleep back. You could use a Pomodoro timer. Pomodoro timer or Pomodoro technique means studying for a set period of time, let's say like 30 minutes, and taking a break for 10 minutes. Sit down to study for that 30 minutes, and during the 10-minute break, don't sit down to scroll your phone. You have to get up and do something physical. If possible, like when I was on campus, I would stand up and go outside and let fresh breeze hit my face. Sometimes I just go up and go get water to drink. Sometimes I even drink a lot of water, so I'm forced to go to the toilet to ease myself. Sometimes I even do push-ups. I mean, this might be extreme to like keep myself active and alert. You don't have to go that length, but being physical during the night actually keeps you more awake, because we are physical during the day. So when you're physical at night, your body feels, oh, this is daytime. Let's stay awake and alert. Step number 7 is to use active study techniques. Use active recall, use practice testing. Using active study technique does 2 things for you. First, it makes your brain work more, which is an activity that is related to awakeness. So it makes you more awake, and also this is an effective way of learning. Don't just read passively. Actually think, oh, what have I read? What does this mean? Can I remember what I've just read? This is like giving you it's a double benefit thing to do. It first of all increases your awakeness and alertness, and also increases the effectiveness of your studying. So it's something I will always recommend. Step number 8 is to use music if it works for you. Some of us, when we listen to music while studying, we end up just singing along and dancing to the music. But some people find it easier to like study with music without getting distracted. For me, there's some subject or topics I can read with music, and it's usually more fun to do that. The point is that try to get your brain to do more activities which makes you more likely to stay awake. So if music works for you, it's something you can try. If you're someone like me that will end up singing out loud and dancing to the music, avoid it. Step number 9 is to avoid stimulants, and this is just an added tip. So I've seen a lot of students actually abuse stimulants like coffee, energy drink. I've tried energy drink myself before, and it's something I definitely don't recommend, because it might make you stay awake, but the next day your brain is just fried. And studies have actually associated abuse of energy drinks with cardiovascular problems and some health problems. So in the process of trying to study, trying to work hard to make something for yourself, you should not compromise your long-term health, because what is the point of it if you're working so hard now and then you have to pay for it in ill health later? My advice is to avoid stimulants. If you can try all those natural methods, I think you don't need a stimulant, like habit over stimulant. And that's what I've been able, and I'm still trying to continue to do, to try to build habit over just temporary fix. And habits, good habits actually helps a lot. Let me just end it here that it's like I've said at the beginning, it is not a flex to not get a good sleep all the time. Don't continue to stay up at night for a lot of nights in a row. I notice when I do that, like sometimes I just notice that during the day I'm more forgetful. I can't just reason very well because I've not been having good night's sleep. And when I notice this, I try to stay in bed all through the night. Sometimes when you've gotten used to waking up at a particular time, when it is that time, there's a tendency to want to wake up. And when I notice that I've not gotten good sleep in like a few days, I just try to stay in bed and sleep for longer. And I notice when I sleep for longer and I have a good quality sleep, my brain just feels sharper. I'm more alert. I can reason more. I remember things more. So if you noticing this is a good pointer for me to not abuse staying up at night, and I hope you're not going to abuse it too. But I know that there are times when you physically don't have enough time during the day because you have a lot of commitments, you have a lot of deadlines to meet. So I hope this video has been helpful for you. I really hope so. If it has been, I would appreciate you liking and subscribing to the channel. I want this channel to grow bigger than this. And also share this video with someone you think, someone that sleeps by 8 or 7 and cannot wake up to study at night, and hopefully they find it helpful as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.